Clarissa Shields does an emergency space last night, and 50 Cent is back throwing shade at none other than Mistress Clarissa Shields, y'all. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Love Island USA Season 8. Clarissa Shields, surprise, surprise, a.k.a. Pap's Mistress, a.k.a. Pap's Entanglement, a.k.a. Pap's Pick Me, a.k.a. Pap's Side Chick, or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. So, Clarissa Shields apparently, you guys, did a space last night. I, peeked in and peeked quickly out. I think when I had, listened anonymously, it was at, 58 or something odd listeners, and I was very confused because I thought Clarissa Shields was bigger than the program. I thought Clarissa Shields was the quote. I thought Clarissa Shields, you know what I'm saying, according to her, that she has all this motion. I thought, according to Clarissa Shields, she is the face of women's boxing. I was under the impression somebody on the Twitter/X that has over 200 thou wow followers surely can get more than 58 listeners to listen to whatever nonsense that she is spewing. Now, when I had joined, I believe I heard her talking about some nonsense. She was on some Eminem stuff. You know what I'm saying? She was on some Eminem Lose Yourself. You know what I'm saying? You only got one shot. You only got one shot to make it. This is your chance to go. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. And I was like, what is happening? What is happening? Let me hit the X. Let me X up on out this piece. But apparently, she was doing some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Begging like Keith Sweat and probably throwing shots at Alicia Baumgartner. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I didn't have time for Clarissa's nonsense. I really wish and I really hope that, in addition, if Alicia Baumgartner is in fact pressing charges, if in fact Alicia Baumgartner is moving forward with the lawsuit as well, she needs to put a cease and desist and a gag order on Clarissa Shields, like how Franchon Cruz hit Clarissa with a cease and desist. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets to a point. It really gets to a point because this is the same thing Clarissa did with Remy Ma. This is the same thing Clarissa did with Layla Ali. This is the same thing Clarissa did with Franchon Cruz until she put that cease and desist on her. Clarissa is going to milk Alicia Baumgartner and try to make herself appear as though she is the victim in this story. As if she was the one that was being targeted in this story. When the only thing is, right, there's a couple of things, right, is that allegedly there was some sort of fight that they were supposed to do back in the day. Everything looked like all systems were a go. And then Clarissa switched up the terms last minute. Fight never happens, right? And this is the same thing that happened with Shadaisha Green even before what happened, unfortunately, with her signing with MVP Promotions, everything else that happened at her last fight. Clarissa announces after she beats Franchon Cruz that she wants Shadaisha Green next, but the terms that she wanted Shadaisha Green on, you know what I'm saying, was not the terms that Shadaisha was told originally were in place, which was why Shadaisha Green was tweeting this is not what was discussed with my team. You know what I'm saying? And that we would have to have further discussions. But these are the games and these are the manipulation tactics that Clarissa likes to do because she is always putting on a performance for y'all. She always wants to convince her followers, you know what I'm saying, that things are set in stone, that things are going to be happening this way and that way. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, it's ways that you are getting ripped off. You know what I'm saying? Which is why these fights do not happen. Because these other female fighters realize that Clarissa Shields is playing in their face. that Claressa Shields is not keeping it 100 with them. Therefore, they've got to make other moves and, I don't know, book other fights that is going to pay them some shmoney. So they're not looking like Bobo the Fool. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to transfer over and transition over to the 50 Cent of it all. I'm not going to hold y'all. I don't know if there's anything that is recent as it pertains to Claressa Shields and 50 Cent. I personally have not heard anything recent regarding 50 Cent and Claressa. All I know, what was way back in January of this year, you know what I'm saying? 50 Cent had posted some AI clips, you know what I'm saying, that Photoshop Pap's face on, and Claressa's face from the blaxploitation film that was out in, I believe, 1976, that is called Black Sisters Revenge, that I believe was released as LMA. And basically, it was utilized to mock Claressa and Pap's entanglement, right? And so what happened was, this led to a back and forth with 50 Cent and Pap first. Pap started posting AI videos of 50 Cent's face being photoshopped onto a woman that would be dancing and twerking and doing all this and all of that. And I believe 50 Cent hit back with, Pap's balding, hair and all this and all of that, and making fun of him or whatever the case may be. And, Pap initially was hitting back, but nobody was really caring. It wasn't giving really the motion. And so ultimately as well, 50 Cent was like, listen, I'm not going to be responding to somebody who has no hits, right? You have no hits and you're near 30-year rap career. So I'm not even going to give this the energy or give this the traction, right? So then Claressa Shields decides to enter the chat. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately she was training with her, her team for her upcoming fight against Franchon Cruz at the end of February. And she felt that Pap was not fighting hard enough for her, which is a summary of their entire entanglement, especially since it's been made public that Pap never fights for her in the same way that she fights for this dysfunctional entanglement, right? So she gets in the ring, starts talking about 50 Cent, starts trying to, antagonize 50 Cent and all this and all that. And then that's when 50 Cent was like, well, why doesn't Pap, ask you about what really went down with you and Bud? You know what I'm saying? What really went happen with you and Maserati Bud and all of this and all of that. And then all H-double-L broke loose. Then all H-double-L had broken loose. And Claressa Shields had lost it, you know what I'm saying? And all this and all of that. 50 Cent tweeted again, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be going back and forth. Pap's got a type. He likes, women who are handsome and all of this and all of that, right? Ultimately, 50 Cent eventually decided, you know what, I'm just going to leave this alone. I'm just going to leave this alone. You got an upcoming fight. Because then Claressa started posting old content when, they had met up in Shreveport and everything else for 50 Cent's charity basketball game. But that's also around the time when she also met Maserati Bud as well. And Maserati Bud had receipts and all this and all of that. And it was exposing Claressa and Claressa's mysterious timelines. Claressa Shields was doing crash out lives. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take a go at Maserati Bud as well. And it was just a hot mess express. But ultimately, 50 Cent was like, listen, I'm going to leave this alone. Good luck on your fight, right? I'm going to leave this alone. Good luck on your fight. So last I knew was the other night that 50 Cent had, was a surprise guest performer because there was a premiere for Fightland, right? Which is going to be a new project and everything else that he has coming out that is it's a crime drama. It's going to be out, I believe, July 31st. So he was a surprise performer at the premiere party. And also, you know what I'm saying? He was in photos with DJ Envy and all of the things, right? So I believe this was all in London and everything, right? So I didn't see anything. I saw a shot that was took as far as, so when your tickets don't sell and your album don't sell, what do? Promote car shows and sell chicken wings. with a bird emoji, LOL. I don't know who that shade was for. You know what I'm saying? But he posted it a couple of hours ago, right? At the time I'm recording this video. And then also a couple of hours ago, 50 Cent posts the following on Claressa, and it says this. Nah, man, that MFer handsome with a side eye emoji, LOL, right? And of course it features this picture, this image that we have and everything else where Claressa is getting a new wig installed at the studio that she normally goes to when she is in Atlanta. So again, I don't know if there's anything that has happened behind the scenes with 50 Cent and Claressa Shields, because like I said, I've not heard anything recent. Although Claressa went on Angela Yee and went on The Breakfast Club and claimed and alleged that she was filing a lawsuit against 50 Cent, Geisha 305 had confirmed several months ago that in fact 50 Cent nor his team never received such things. But there was a rumor, of course, and even Maserati Bud had admitted in her interview that he was going to be going after Claressa Shields legally, because ultimately Claressa in one of her crash out lives was calling Maserati Bud a rapist and more, right? But I don't know what sparked this. I don't know what this is about. Like I said, I don't know why he is calling Claressa handsome again, why he is going after Claressa again. It is news to me. I don't know if she said something. I don't know if she threw shots again in her emergency Twitter spaces last night, that this is 50 Cent's response to it all, or what could be the possibility. But I feel like Claressa is in denial of how many people are not messing with her, are not rocking with her, are not feeling her, are not featuring her, and all of the things, you guys. And you desperately need these tickets to sell. You desperately need all those Atlanta people to be there for your fight. But again, there's more motion for the Zeus Network than it is you, because you keep playing in our faces about the type of opponents that you are going to be facing in these upcoming fights. But the other side, too, is you've done yourself in because you were banned from all things MVP promotions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it gets to a point. It absolutely gets to a point. But I feel like, in part, Claressa needs this chaos to keep herself relevant, to keep herself into the algorithm. But everything comes at a price. Everything comes, you know what I'm saying, with, as Alicia Baumgartner would say, with consequences, right? And I don't think it's really hit Claressa, the severity of her actions, that it's really blackballed her for opportunities. Because why are you on a Twitter space, of all things, trying to convince the people that you're the innocent party, and any type of, stories that are not featuring you, that are not interested in you, that are calling you out, right? So I want to hear from you guys now. I want to know what you guys think about this. Do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. There is that. That is it. That is all. It's Todos es final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.